This is the South African bush, a massively diverse landscape and home to some of the biggest, fastest and deadliest animals on Earth. CBBC have brought 4 British and 4 South African kids here to train as game rangers. In just 4 weeks, they must discover all they can about the animals that live here and master the skills to track and care for them. But can these 8 kids make the grade and learn enough to lead a safari through the bush in search of the Big 5? This is the challenge for the Safari 8. Last time, the Safari 8 discovered how to deal with a medical emergency.
You've been bitten by a black mamba, Thomas. Don't move.
And their big cat mission to study lions was a roaring success.
I don't get scared very easily.
Today, the team hit the road and the beach to take a well-earned break at the coast. Our rookie rangers are all at sea on a whale-watching mission.
Oh, there's a fin.
I think I'm going to be sick.
And everyone has to face up to some hard truths in their midway reports.
I'm going to reprimand you a bit now.
I'm not going to like her.
It's early in Kruger National Park and everyone's already up and about, ready for ranger training. But this morning, mentors Rudy and Frankie have something different in mind.
What we've got in store for the guys today, the Safari 8 kids, we're going down to Natal coastline.
KwaZulu-Natal is a region of South Africa bordered by the Indian Ocean, and the Safari 8 are heading for the coast at Rocktail Bay.
All right, guys, you've got 5 minutes. Go pack your bags, close your tents, so that we can pack the stuff in the vehicles and get off. All right, off you go, guys.
So it's straight to the business of packing. Everything a ranger could need down by the sea.
Head torch, water bottle, notepad, backpack. Has everyone got a head torch?
What's 4th on the list?
Underwear and socks.
For how long?
4 days.
Okay, thanks.
But there's been a bit of a mix-up with the laundry.
Ella, I got your trousers.
Whose are these?
And it isn't just the large, it's also their smalls.
Thomas. No, don't let me see your stuff. That's mine. It's mine. Oh, I have one. All my washing is in the boys' bags. So I've got Thomas's really cool boxers, and he's got my bars and my knickers. So
I am just so happy to get out of this bug-infested place.
The Safari 8 are supposed to be travelling light, but by packing with emergencies in mind, Noma's ended up with excess baggage.
You never know when someone might spill juice on your jeans or something. So I packed my things as a girl. They tell me no, and then now I have to go put it back.
Eventually, the team are ready to hit the highway, a bottom-numbing 7-hour drive. On the journey, the dry and dusty Kruger Savannah gives way to the lush landscape and coastal forests of KwaZulu-Natal. And when our rookie rangers finally get to Rocktail Bay, their new surroundings are totally different to anything they've experienced so far, which makes their drawn-out drive well worth the wait. Sea, sand, surf, and a seriously excited Safari 8. Team who really doesn't like to be beside the seaside. It seems Thomas has a phobia of wet sand.
If I went in the water and my feet were soaking, they would stick all of it. Look at this now. If I put a little bit there, sticks like tarmac. It's really annoying, and I'd rather just miss out on going in the sea.
Thomas, do you want to come touch the water with me? Yeah. Come. I'm wet.
In a bid to help, Ella tries some fear-facing therapy. But her good intentions only make things worse.
I don't think Thomas likes to see you on the beach very much because of the sand getting in his feet. But we're trying to get him more adventurous as time goes. the time goes by.
Everything about this place is lovely, apart from the sand.
With 40 kilometres of beach along the Rocktail Bay coastline, that could be a problem. But the team can't let sand or a soaking dampen their spirits, because they're at the Indian Ocean to do more than just paddle.
Okay guys, are you enjoying your holiday at the sea? Yes! As a rookie ranger, you also need to get involved in conservation of marine animals, okay? So Frank is going to give you a clue as to what your next task is going to be.
There's good reason for lying down on the job, because Rudy and Frankie have a sandy puzzle for the Safari 8.
Put your head down, lie there.
Head to toe like this, our rookie rangers stretch 13 metres, the same length as a blubbery creature living in the sea behind them.
What do you think you are now?
The length of a whale!
Well done!
Go, 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 go!
So, whales are the next animal on the Safari 8 checklist. These underwater giants are the largest creatures on the planet and can live as long as 80 years. Humpback whales are found off the Rocktail Bay coast 6 months of the year, first heading north to breed and give birth in warmer waters, then swimming back south to feed in the nutrient-rich Antarctic Ocean. Time for our rookie rangers to leave dry land behind and take to the high seas in search of some massive mammals.
I really can't wait till we're on the ocean, because this is my first time on a boat and I'm really, really excited.
Well, I'm quite excited about going on the boat, but I also feel a bit scared, like nervous, because the sea's quite choppy today and I'm not really good at choppy sea.
I love the sea, love the sea, so I'm really excited. I don't think there'll be any screaming on the way out there.
But Ashley couldn't be more wrong. Launching from the beach in blustery conditions means a bumpy and noisy ride.
The sea looks so calm. We see these little waves coming to us. When you're out there, these big things that are like monsters.
Sadly, there's one person who's missed the boat. Ella's not feeling well, so she's staying ashore. It's nautical novice Noma who finds her sea legs first.
It was so cool, and as you hit the waves and the water splashed your face and you tasted the salt water, I loved every single bit of it.
And on the boys' boat, Safiso's also having a whale of a time.
It was like I was flying in the air. It was very exciting. Being there, driving past the boat, it was very good.
Of all the kids on that boat, he was the one that enjoyed it the most. Me, on the other hand, didn't. All right, guys, we're in the middle of the ocean right now. And it's not the best conditions ever to try and find whales. But keep your eyes open. We might get lucky with one of them surfacing close by.
The fool that I am, I had taken my glasses off because I didn't want them to get wet. And we were going whale spotting, and I took my glasses off.
What you need to look out for, they're looking for whales, but they're looking for their blowholes. They need to breathe air, so they come up and they blow these sprays of water out the ocean, so you need to look out for that.
Whales breathe air just like we do, but instead of nostrils, they have a blowhole. When a whale surfaces and breathes out, it throws a spout of vapour and water high above the sea. The blow is a giveaway sign that whales are nearby, and on the choppy water, it's not long before Noma scores the first sighting.
I can see something. It was a dolphin. Yes, I saw a dolphin.
In her excitement, Noma's mistaken a whale for a dolphin. With all eyes peeled, next to spot a spout is Thomas.
Right up there, and he was blowing the water.
With whales breaching nearby, our rookie rangers are going to attempt something really special, to try and listen to them.
We just saw whales breaching down there. So we're going to put in this hydrophone. It's an underwater microphone to try and pick up some whale sounds. All right, so Thomas, Manya, let me know when you hear something.
Yeah, can you hear something?
Thomas can't believe his ears and wants Frankie to listen too.
Yeah, wow.
Even a ranger can be impressed by the sound of whales. Humpbacks are well known for their mysterious songs. It's only the males who sing, and they make these sounds to attract a female mate.
Oh, there's a fin.
Weighing in at 40 tonnes, the same as 3 double-decker buses, an adult humpback is hard to miss. And their songs can be heard over 100 kilometres away.
Such a beautiful sound. I had so much fun listening to them. They're like...
Whales swim in groups called pods. The girls are now very close to one and Noma is still taking everything in her stride.
It's kind of scary, but then when you look how beautiful it is, it's just that thing of, oh, this is so cool. And you know, my dad is never the person of the ocean, you know. He's always the one who says, stay away from the ocean. It's dangerous. So I can't wait to actually tell him about this and to tell him that, Dad, I was on the ocean and it was 80 meters deep.
But Caroline isn't coping with the motion of the ocean.
Yeah, I love it, but I'm feeling sick.
No.
It was really, really fun on the way there, but once we'd stopped and we're just floating in the water, it was actually quite sickening.
We've been out here for a while. The conditions is not too great. At least we heard them. And Thomas, we're fortunate enough to see one. Let's head back to shore.
Yes. Yeah.
For Caroline, they're not heading back quite soon enough.
I think I'm going to be sick. And after I was sick, I felt a lot better and I could enjoy it more. So it was a lot of fun, but quite minging.
And for landlubber Ashley, getting back to solid ground is a genuine relief.
This definitely wasn't my best Safari 8 experience. I couldn't actually enjoy myself. I don't even think I saw a whale because I was holding on so tight.
I definitely didn't think that we would do anything like this in the beginning because, I mean, we thought we were going to Kruger and there's no sea there, so this was a great surprise.
It was wicked. I had so much fun and it was just like such a good experience, especially hearing the whales and everything. I had loads of fun.
Coming up, the Safari 8 head inland in search of a hefty inhabitant.
Whoa!
And halfway through ranger training, our rookies are told to pull their socks up.
Being a ranger, you need to take everything seriously.
Let's go surfing now, everybody's learning how. Come on a safari with me.
The Safari 8 are back on dry land, where Rudy and Frankie are keen to focus on teamwork.
Right, guys, we've got a very interesting challenge for you today. We are dune boarding. Are you up for the challenge?
Yeah!
Excellent.
We're going to split up in 2 teams. One guy starts at the bottom, he runs up to the top, grabs the board, and then slide down. You get down here, and then your team member can go up again.
Working together will be vital when it comes to our rookies' final Safari challenge. But Thomas provides an immediate chance for the team to hone their skills. He's got a sore leg and can't run uphill.
So how are you going to sort this out as a team?
So what should happen is I think you should start at the top of the hill, but then fastest runner probably Manu. Would that be okay? Manu could run up 2 times on your behalf, and then as he runs up, you slide down on the second time.
Okay, excellent.
With a plan in place and Thomas in position for Team Rudy, there's only one thing left to do: dune board. This coastal dune has taken 25,000 years to form, but Manya's demolished it in seconds. And with a heroic dive, he tags teammate Thomas. On the downhill, dune boarding is all about technique, and Ella's unorthodox paddling puts her past Thomas and takes Team Frankie into the lead. And while Thomas struggles, Safiso is off to a flyer. Caroline gives chase, but she's got a lot of ground to make up for Team Rudy. Amazingly, and with superhuman effort, Caroline draws level with Safiso, and it's neck and neck on the way down. The highest dune on this stretch of coastline is taller than Blackpool Tower, but this climb is no donkey ride. Ashley and Noma give it everything they've got and turn in tandem. But as Noma falters, Ashley crawls out in front for Team Frankie. And she releases Kushal to make the final run. So it's left to Manya on his second breathtaking ascent to try and steal Team Rudy a victory. That's a huge task and too big an ask because Kushal is already scrambling closer and closer to the finish line. A valiant effort by Manya, but just too late as Team Frankie triumph.
Well done, guys.
It was just tough going twice. I was quite tired the second time, but we did well as a team. We worked together. They were just a bit faster today.
It was amazing. It was so awesome. The adrenaline was just like, whoa.
I had to do it. Everyone's a team. You've got to have a laugh and everything. So I just went with it and it felt really good.
After the excitement of the dunes, the Safari 8 are venturing inland to the tranquility of Lake Sabaya. This is the largest freshwater lake in South Africa and is 5 times the size of Lake Windermere.
We decided to come down to Lake Sabaya today to show the kids what a massive inland lake looks like. Also, it's quite rich in bird life. For me and Rudy, I think this was our highlight so far, was the bird life around here.
Lake Sabaya holds the richest bird life in all of Africa. Some 279 bird species have been recorded here.
Also, hippos and crocs, and just to show the kids that you do get them not just in the park, but also all through South Africa.
The wetland park around Lake Sabaya and Rocktail Bay has a greater diversity of animal species than Kruger, and it's the perfect place for our rookies to catch a glimpse of a hippopotamus.
Manya, it looks a bit like a rock.
Yeah.
But it's moving.
Yeah, it's coming down.
It's a moving rock.
A hippo can hold its breath underwater for 6 minutes. Their name means river horse, but their closest living cousin is actually the whale.
He's so wrinkly, he reminds me of my grand.
They're all swimming up to their nose under the water, and then every few seconds they'll lift up and then go back down again. It's really fascinating to watch.
There was a baby and he was opening his
Slowly with the
mouth.
binoculars.
We've learned that they've got a gland that lets out like pink sunscreen, so it like protects them from the sun.
A group of hippos is called a bloat, but they're not the only aquatic animals that are found at Lake Sabaya. There are also some fearsome reptile residents.
Okay, if it's deep water and it's dark water, you don't see crocodiles, so you don't go in it. Oh, there's a crocodile.
Whoa!
Crocodiles have the strongest bite of any animal, and from his own ranger experience of this snappy species, Rudy has a gripping fact.
You know that you can hold a crocodile's mouth closed, just like that, because the muscles going out is very, very weak, okay? The muscles going down is very, very strong. How long do you think crocodiles existed on planet Earth?
3-4 million years?
Since dinosaurs, maybe 2 million years.
The correct answer is 200 million years.
What?
Yes. That's why they're so clever. You know, when you walk through a river, a crocodile will not take you the first time because he knows humans are creatures of habit. So if you go through a river and you end up on the other side safe, nothing bit you, and you have to cross the river again, where are you going to cross? The same place. Because you know the first time it was safe. Hey, crocodiles also know that.
So if you are like crossing the river, you should always cross in a different place?
Yes. Okay.
Why would you cross a river?
With crocodiles.
To get to the other
Because
side.
you can... Good job.
Just full of jokes!
Out of the Safari 8 group, Ashley's quite interested.
Oh my gosh. What type of crocodiles like the Nile crocodile?
She just wants to borrow my binoculars all the time. I think Norma as well. Norma is quite interested in this lake, yeah.
And visiting Lake Sabaya has also helped Ella overcome a fear that's been troubling her.
I'm less scared of crocodiles now. I was a bit nervous about seeing them, but I'm a bit more relaxed now.
I don't like spiders.
It's a very long leg.
The Safari 8 are halfway through their month-long adventure. So far, the team have pregnancy tested buffalo, given lions a health check, tracked elephant and rhino, entered into some friendly competition, and picked up plenty of poo. Our rookies have been racking up their ranger experience, training for one final mission, to lead a 2-day safari in search of South Africa's Big Five. It's a challenge for which every member of the team must be 100% prepared. But right now, Rudy and Frankie aren't convinced that anyone's really ready.
We'll have to wait a couple of more weeks to go and see if they're going to gel like a team. That's what we're hoping they do.
So from here on in, Ranger training is going to get a whole lot tougher, starting with some brutally honest midway reports. And first to face the music is Thomas.
Right, Thomas, first of all, put your shirt in. Okay, Thomas, you're definitely the joker of the group. You're always keeping the team laughing, and you're great with the team.
We think you need to take this a bit more seriously. You are the scruffiest of all the 8 kids. As a ranger, when you get your uniform, it's a pride thing. The proudest moment of my life was my first uniform that I got as a guide. You need to start accepting that.
I'm not used to tucking shirts in or anything because it just looks geeky. But I suppose you have to do it with this job.
You've got a bubbling personality. Very willing, very keen to help others.
But there's a downside to it as well. You need to find your inner strength. A ranger's job is tough at certain times.
With the rhino, that didn't help my appearance of being strong.
You might have a client that feels the same way like you, and he or she might break down in tears when something like that happens, and you need to be the stronger one.
I really understood why they said that I have to be strong for other people. I need to be strong anyway, not just for them, for myself too.
Manya, you started off with a bang.
Well done. Who saw that first?
You ask questions, really keen. There's a lot of potential in you to become a leader.
Manya, take us back, please.
But as the weeks gone, you slowly faded away in the background.
You are distracted by the jokers in the group.
Do you think you had diarrhea?
No. We need you to channel your energies more into the training and stop mucking about.
I think it was really tough hearing what they were saying. It was definitely tough and it was quite a blow. But I mean, I think that they're absolutely right and I understand 100% what they're saying. Thank you.
Thanks, Manya.
Hello.
Well, Noma, we have summed you up as an extremely bright girl. Things you do, questions you ask, it's really in-depth and intellectual.
So if the female is actually bigger than the male, is it going to be much deeper or is it just going to be wider?
You're very quiet most of the time, and we're worried actually that you're not enjoying it. So I'm going to reprimand you a bit now because I know that you're part of a debating team.
This is not only according to South Africa, but to other countries as well.
So we need you to come out a bit. We need you to show it to us.
I think I should, accept the environment that I'm in and get used to it, and just be this happy person when I am happy.
Hello, Ashley.
I'm really scared.
You studied a lot before you came here. Your knowledge is incredible.
I think it's an elephant because the toenails are actually stuck on the side of the foot.
You're probably the strongest of the girl team. Enthusiasm's there for certain things, but you seem bored. You can't follow pathways. That's why teamwork is also important. Being a ranger, you need to take everything seriously, even the smallest insect.
There is a colossal amount of things that allows the Big Five to be here. We feel that you're taking those things for granted.
And I actually am interested in the other animals. I've actually made myself a checklist and everything, so I was a bit confused about that.
Hi, Sophie. Your enthusiasm is great.
Oh yeah, that was amazing. Sorry. Wow, Sophie, wow.
I can see sometimes that you've got questions, but you worry about asking them.
Something that feeds on grass, it's a much darker coloration.
I had a teacher in school that said to me, if you ask a question, you're only stupid for a short while. If you don't ask a question, you're going to stay stupid, okay? So that enthusiasm, we need that to come out in being a ranger. You guys can take pictures if you want.
I can't see it.
Hey?
You've got what it takes. We just need to work a bit more on your confidence.
Giving those motivations It was very encouraging to me and it built me up.
Hello, Caroline.
Hi.
We think you really have a bubbling personality. You have got a lot of energy. But in turn also you're distracting the group through that.
How can I like this?
Sometimes you're Caroline.
Is it the leopard shelter?
Yes. So you learned.
And sometimes you someone that you're not.
They're in my tent and in my sleeping bag and I'm not sleeping here and I don't like it and I liked it where we were.
This is Africa. You must realize this is not Scotland. There is insects. There is creepy crawlies all around us. You can't scream every time you see an ant.
I know that I'm scared of bugs and I can't really help that, and I know that sometimes I'm over dramatic, but the thing is, I just don't like bugs.
Right, Kushal, we feel that you're very keen. You are asking a lot of questions.
Can I ask a question?
You do, however, vocalize too quickly what you think.
The whole thing should be flat, like that. But it's not, it's just like on a bundle.
Life is not just about winning. If you lose, bite the bullet and live with it.
I could be heading sundowners, whatever they are right now.
There's a lot of disappointments being a ranger in all situations. Deal with it.
I really got to knuckle down and really listen to what they're saying. I really need to get stuck into everything we're going to do and really try my hardest and do my best, because I've got so much more to give than what I'm doing right now.
Me and Frankie just want to help us constantly to be better rangers.
Now it feels like we've known each other for like 10 years and it's just everyone's so comfortable with each other.
What do you say for something that's not super cool?
Minging.
Minging or magging. Is it minging or magging?
Check out my head torch.
You say okay, Nunu. Okay, Nunu. No, what is that? What is that? No, Caroline, don't laugh alone.
The noise of the wheels, they go.
What is it? Okay, Nunu. Is it okay, Nunu? Wait, okay, Nunu.
Next time, the Safari 8 get right back to basics, Zulu style.
I find it a bit unfair that the boys had to do basically nothing and we had to do all the work.
The team bust their best moves in a traditional dance-off.
Go, Thomas! Oh, we still won this.
And there are plenty of tears before bedtime.
When I first saw my mom, I was like in tears and I was like, oh.